So this is a story about how I almost got killed from TPing somebody's house, but just where you throw the toilet paper over their house or their trees, just kind of as a prank, like a joke that you do to friends. Kind of a backstory of how we knew these guys. We all used to hang out at this elementary school when I was in middle school. It started in 2006 is the summer that we all started hanging out. It was a huge group of us. There's probably like maybe 15 to 25 of us, depending on which day. And we would all just gather up. I happened to be dating one of the guys, so there was a big group of guys that all hung out, and they were all skateboarders. And I was dating one, and we all kind of lived in the same area. So we would meet up in the middle, and it was just at the elementary school that I actually went to. So we would meet up there, and we would all hang out. Sorry, my allergies have been killing me. But we would all hang out and go down to this elementary school, and one of the guys that came down there with us is who we actually TP'd. And they had actually come, him and his brother and then another guy from the group had come and TP'd my house the night before. So they had come to my house. They had put 3 for sale signs that they had taken. Don't do that. They had taken them from people's house around the neighborhood who were trying to sell their house. And we woke up and we had 3 for sale signs in our front yard, and our house was toilet papered. So, and we thought it was funny. We were like, you know, called them and was like, was this you? And they came over, helped us clean it up. So we were gonna get them back, and it was a big group of us going over to their house. We had all knew that his dad was a little, not crazy, but maybe like bipolar, like had anger issues. And so we had gone over there. We had just got there. We had thrown over like one time, like the toilet paper over one time, and then we see his dad. And this was late at night. This is probably like 1, maybe 12 to 1 in the morning. And we were just like, I don't know, like bad little kids, like pranksters, like I don't know. And so we see him, and everybody knew, like, we gotta go. And he had been looking out the top window, and he just starts booking it down the stairs. So we all take off. And so we're running, and I happen to get behind everybody. I start having an asthma attack. And so they're running, and everybody's going in different directions, and I'm just going as fast as I can. I'm like dying. And so I ran up in the grass and was gonna hide behind some trees, and I don't know, it was, I don't know why, like, we just were all freaked out. And so I'm running in the grass, and this guy is literally in his big ass Suburban type vehicle, and he comes up and drives up on the grass, goes over the curb, goes onto the grass, and is going probably like 60 miles an hour straight towards me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, oh my god. And luckily, like, my friend, I believe it was Trevor, it's been a long time, so it might have been somebody else, that was his name, just one of the friends, had come and grabbed me and pushed me out of the way, or I would have gotten hit by this big ass Suburban. And so this man basically starts screaming at me in my face and was like, you need to get the fuck back to my house, and blah 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 blah, like freaking out on me. And I'm just like crying, like hysterical crying, like at this point. So me and it was Trevor, I'm pretty sure, start walking, and he is literally like 2 or 3 inches behind us. So like the gap between mine and Trevor's backs to the truck, like following us. And he was like, you're walking in front of my truck the entire time, like you're not running off, this and that. And then so we get back there, and the oldest son, not the younger one, so the oldest brother was already cleaning it up, and there was, mind, like 1 thing of toilet paper. Like, we did not trash this guy's house at all. Like, we just like barely threw any, and like it was a prank. Like, we were all friends. It's not like we were doing it to be mean or anything like that. So he had already started cleaning up, and then the dad starts screaming at him and is like, stop cleaning that up, they need to clean it up, blah, 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 blah. And like the guy was like, and I'm not saying names because I'll tell you in a minute why I'm not telling you his name, But basically, so they start fighting, and the guy's like, I'm not, like, I cleaned up, like, it's fine, like, we're friends, like, we just did it to them, you know, and, like, trying to explain to his dad, and his dad starts going after him and, like, hitting him and, like, punching him, and, like, mind, we are probably, like, 13, 14, so the oldest brother was probably, like, 15, 16, maybe 17. So he's, like, hitting him really hard. So the oldest brother grabs a bat and is, like, telling his dad, like, back up off me, like, I'm gonna hit you, like, and he's screaming to the neighbors, and he's like, somebody call the cops, like, he's doing this again. Well, this has all happened. My other friends had gone and called my mom, and so my mom was, like, pretty much the mother of, like, all of us, like, obviously me because she's my mom, but, like, she was just, like, the mother bear of everybody. She was always down, like, hanging out, like, not really, like, hanging out with us, but she'd come say, like, hi, check on us. She was very protective, but she didn't want us, like, well, me, to be, like, held back and not be able to do stuff. So she would go down and check on me at the school that we would hang out at all the time and bring us drinks and, like, just, like, let us all come hang out. And everybody really loved my mom, and they would call her mom. So she comes, and she's got the rest of my friends in her vehicle, and that had been with us that night. And she gets out and she's like, calm down, like, what's a problem? Like, I'm sorry, like, I've got them. And this guy goes up to my mom and starts calling my mom a slut and accusing my mom of hanging out with all these guys that were my friends. We are 13, 14, maybe 15 years old at this point, and he is accusing my mother of basically being a slut and, like, hooking up with these guys. And I'm just like, are you fucking serious? Like, this is my mom. She acts as a mother towards us. You're disgusting. Like, you're messed up in the brain. Just because my mom, like, lets us hang out at our house and, like, she was kind of like the cool mom, like, doesn't mean she's, like, sleeping with all of these guys that are, like, children. Like, you are ridiculous. Like, she's a good parent. Like, my mom is amazing, and if you're watching this, I love you, Mom. But it's just fucking, like, it was so stupid. And so my mom is like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you serious? Like, no. You know, you're crazy. And so anyways, she was gonna call the cops on him. We all ended up getting in the car. We don't really know what happened that night. I didn't really want to ask the next day and be like, hey, like, did your dad keep hitting you? You know, so, like, he was okay. But what made me think of this story and kind of why I brought it up, I had been telling it to a friend recently, and the reason I was telling her is because this guy, the older brother, actually recently robbed a bank like close to our house. And I know that's not funny, that's horrible, but it's just like, what? Like, this was my friend, and this is who, like, we, like, as children, like, we hung out, and it was all, like, innocent fun. And this guy is a grown man now, and he is a bank robber. So that's why I didn't really, like, disclose his name. That's not, like, I don't know, it's just weird. I feel uncomfortable. I feel like, oh, that's kind of awkward. Like, I don't know, like, this just, it's so much, like, oh, you are a bank robber? So I don't know, that's kind of how it got brought up. So I kind of wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It's kind of also, like, useful, like, even if you think you're pulling a funny prank on your friends, you don't really know unless you know their parents, and you don't really know how they'll always react. So be very careful. I get, like, TPing as fun. Nowadays it's kind of almost hard to have any type of fun with the way that people react and the government reacts, and, like, people, just adults, like, it's so hard to be, like, a kid and, like, be reckless and have fun, you know, because there's just so many things, like, people are crazy out there. So be really careful, have fun. I don't know, my mom kind of always knew where I was at. That's another thing. Like, she didn't really know what we were doing, but she knew that I was where I was at. So yeah, I don't know. Thanks for watching. Hopefully entertained you. So I'll talk to you guys later.